Welcome to Network Professionals, the Cisco Networking Academy, your perfect training and certification partner. We offer online and offline international certification courses like IT Essentials, Networking, Cybersecurity, Network Security, and Cloud Computing. Our today's topic is Power over Ethernet, Understanding PoE Technology, PoE Options and Power Requirements. Power over Ethernet, PoE, was invented by PowerDsine back in 1997 and the first power injector, Midspan, was installed in 1998. Many manufacturers partnered with PowerDsine to make use of this innovation. The Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, IEEE, was approached to form an international standard to facilitate widespread deployment of the technology. Why Power over Ethernet, PoE? Whether you consider running IP telephony across your existing data network, or extending the reach of the network with strategically placed wireless access points, or just adding a physical security layer to your premises with IP cameras, the risk of possible failure is increased by having remote devices that need AC power connections. Losing data during a power outage is one thing, but losing data, voice and the company security is something else entirely. How's the economics? For IP telephony, scalability is important. For wireless and security systems, the location is crucial. Understanding one example of the installation costs will highlight the benefits to be gained from PoE in each scenario. If you are installing a wireless access point, you tend to put it in ceiling or high up on a wall out of reach of the general public. This area is usually void of AC outlets, therefore to power the units traditionally an AC contractor is needed to install an outlet. In a private area, average costs are in the region of $1,200 dependent on country and vendor. Evaluate internal power or separate midspan units. Here are some of the questions to consider when evaluating how to deploy PoE. 1. How old are your switches and do they have the features such as QoS that fit your requirements? Midspans were designed to be used with any switch and save on the expense and time involved in doing an upgrade to the switch to implement a PoE solution. Midspans can be installed while the network is live with zero downtime. Will the proposed switch have the correct power level to support all devices, or are additional external power supplies needed? What are the costs of these external PSUs? How much rack space do they take? Can they be redeployed if you change your supplier? In some cases, integrated PoE will be a better strategy for powering terminals with low power consumption. However, when an external power supply is required for higher power levels, a midspan solution might be your cost-effective choice. Understand the power requirements of attached devices. The standard mechanism when a device requires more power than can be delivered is to disable the power. The solution from the switch manufacturers is to provide additional external power supplies. Note: when installing PoE switches with Class 2 PoE, you should check the cost and sizing of adding external power supplies before deciding whether to have internal or external PoE capabilities. PoE midspans can be SNMP managed or unmanaged. The areas of relevance to most enterprises are power consumption and the ability to remotely control power on, power off. Management data and control functions need to be secured against unauthorized personnel. A hacker intruding into your network could use the power to disable all peripheral PoE devices. Wireless access points and security cameras tend to be installed out of reach of the public. This means they are also not very accessible to engineers. The ability to remotely perform a power on reset could be extremely useful. PoE is a must. Savings in power outlet installation costs, the speed of installation and the lack of disruptions to office environments are good justifications for PoE midspan. The use of a central UPS is in conjunction with a midspan to deliver the UPS service to remote locations is a better justification for PoE too. Use the integrated PoE supplied with the switch unless you need higher power than its standard PSU can deliver. Use a midspan for all additional power and high power requirements. 4. Ensure that they conform to ME and XDoc specification and have current protection. The biggest single investment in your network infrastructure is the cable plant, so you should protect it. 5. It is recommended to use Power Management SNMPv3 for secure control, monitoring and management of power distribution. It allows you to control an orderly shutdown of connected devices.